Good afternoon, everyone. As I sit here watching the Duke Blue Devils versus Syracuse Orange, they're talking about the current scandal going on, as of many scandals have occurred with the paying of athletes or coaches taking bribes, taking money, shoe companies, AAU, whatever. It's a mess. I don't know the full story. I'm not here to talk about that. What I want to talk about is whether or not college athletes should be paid. Now, believe it or not, when you look at me, I was a college athlete in the junior college level for one season. I played in junior college ball. We were given a meal allowance, which is about the bare minimum that you can be given anytime we went on the road. And that was more or less just so that the players could eat. And I don't know if that's the way it's always done, but probably in the bigger colleges like Duke and Syracuse, it's probably catered. But here's the thing. These programs, especially college basketball and college football, generate billions. Why aren't the student athletes being compensated in some form? And before you say, oh, wait, they're getting a free education. Okay. So are high profile academic scholarships. They too are getting free educations, but they are allowed to go out and get a job. Whereas college athletes are not. They cannot work. They have to while they're members of the team. So there should be some kind of profit sharing or something that these players for all sports. If a college like Duke, which has really good basketball team, or let's say Notre Dame, whose football team is always up near the top of the NCAA, their basketball team is always competing for a spot in the tournament. The women's basketball team is always in the tournament. Their hockey team is doing good. You know, why aren't these sports, the players getting some sort of financial support as far as a living wage or something? Maybe you might end some of this corruption that's going on. Maybe you might be able to bring out some of these bad apples and get rid of them if the players don't need it. Now, there's always going to be greed. You know, young men and women are going to see money being flashed at them. But if they're getting paid in some form, they may not need it. I could be wrong. I mean, it's something that maybe it's time. And I'm one who has been a staunch supporter of not paying college athletes until more recently. I look at the numbers. I look at the money that's generated by bowl games, by the NCAA tournament, merchandising. You know, I used to be a big fan of the NCAA college football and basketball games, and they can't make them anymore because they can't use likenesses, and because the players can't get paid, they can't be compensated. Well, that's a lot of money that could come in if EA Sports or 2K Sports could make video games again, if they were allowed to pay the players for their likenesses and names. You know, it's just something that, in my opinion, the NCAA needs to look into it, and something needs to change. But that's my take. What's yours?